Welcome to our lesson 201 for beginning harmonium players. This lesson we are going to begin with minor scales. And just like we did in our 100 series lessons, we are now going to go through the 12 minor scales, and along the way I will give you additional little hints and techniques for learning the scales. So this morning or I should say today, we begin with the C minor scale. And if you recall, the C major scale was C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The minor scale, however, is different. It's C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. And I have my diagram here again showing the scale. Again, all of the shaded notes are the ones to be played within the C minor scale. So we have since we did chords in the major scales in our 100 series, here I am going to introduce the chords early. So in the C minor scale, we have the C minor chord. That's the first one. I'm trying to get my fingers out of the way so you can see clearly the notes I'm pressing. So we have, again, 1, 3, 5. The same way we did major scales, we are doing the minor. So that would be our first chord. Then we have 1, 4, 6. That would be the F minor. And you have inversions of these chords as well. Then 2, 5, 7. 2, 5, 7. G minor. So to recap, for the C minor scale, we have you can work out the scale interval, but for minor scales it's 1, a half, 1, 1, a half, 1, 1. Now the minor scale I'm doing is called a natural minor. There are other minor scales which we will not get into, but there are very slight variations of this. For instance, you can play that's a variation which, again, just don't worry about those. Let's do all natural minor and you'll be fine. So that's the first minor scale, the C minor. What I want to do or introduce to you, however, show you a little trick here. That's a C minor. If we said the pattern is 1, a half, 1, 1, a half, 1, 1. If I did the A minor scale, look at what happens. One, a half, one, a half, one. See what happens? They are all on the white keys. And from our prior 100 series lessons, you would know that all white keys means it's the C, or those would be the same keys played when we play the C major scale. So the A minor is called the relative minor to the C major scale. So how does that help us? If we are trying to play a minor scale, we look at the note, in this case let's say C minor. We are trying to play C minor, we go 1 and a half notes above to the E flat scale. The notes, and I want you to take particular note of what I'm saying, the notes of the E flat scale, that's the E flat major scale, would be the same notes played in the C minor. So the notes of the E major scale are we knew that from the 100 series lessons. Now we are we are playing those same notes, but we are beginning 1.5 notes below. And notice how the mood changes, the mood of the notes. So if you have done the major scales and you have practiced the major scales, it is very easy then to do the minor scales. All we have to remember is 1.5 notes above, and the same notes on that major scale would be our minor scale. So let's take a look at the next scale. We'll follow the same pattern we did for major scales. Here we have now the G minor scale. Notice G. 1.5 notes above G is B flat. So if we play the notes of the B flat major scale, it's 1, 1, a half, 1, 1, 1, a half. That's what we did for major scales. That's the interval pattern. Except now we are doing the G minor, so we start on the G note. We can play it here. And again, what I want you to do is practice slowly at first. Make sure we understand exactly what we are playing, understand the interval pattern, and then you are going to do all of this practice using your metronome. By now, if you have gone through the 100 series lessons, I said that it helps a lot to practice with a metronome, because later on when you are playing for someone, or even playing for yourself, accompanying someone, or playing harmonium and singing, any performance with drums, it actually helps your timing. So that's our lesson for today. Well, actually, before I finish, let me just point out again the G minor scale begins on G. If we are looking at the chords, that's the G minor, C minor. Of course, we are playing inversions as well, and that would be your A minor. Those are the inversions. So keep practicing and you will get there. As long as you get through the 100 and 200 series of lessons and you practice a lot, you are able to do those lessons and do those scales very well. You are well on your way to playing harmonium. I know it's tedious and boring and sometimes to do scale practice, but practice the scale with the chords, and you will find your playing will improve. We very shortly I will be talking about accompaniment, and we will be going through how to do that, and it will certainly improve your playing. So until we meet in lesson 202, have a good day.